It's Maya.
Where's Brian?
Maya.
She doesn't understand that you're a person.
No, she's interested in my fireball. You can't have none.
Hello, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Susan. This week, we are here with Robin.
Hey.
Mailman.
Hello.
And Cody. Zach.
Right. I was told to eat beforehand, but then it started, but I haven't eaten yet, so I'm here with food. Sorry.
Zach is here.
I was literally driving home from Chick-fil-A, and the call started.
Zach, yell hello.
Hello.
Thank you. We also have Maya, who you may hear Rue in the distance, and we have Nick.
Howdy.
So this week we are still quarantined.
Hey, Maya didn't say hello.
I
Are
said
we saying howdy now?
Maya, don't be a rude little bitch. Say hi.
Maya. Oh, Maya. She go.
Not today.
She doesn't give a. How is everyone's quarantine?
Hi, everyone.
Oh my God, Lindsay's
hello?
here.
Oh my God, we're never gonna get this question answered.
How is everyone's quarantine?
I want to die.
35 weeks on top of school, and considering suicide.
Yeah, honey, 3 of us are doing that.
I know.
Or,
I know.
No, 3, cause you, me, Cody.
oh, okay, cool.
I don't know if y'all knew this. Being in quarantine is not cash money.
Wow, I had no idea. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know what else isn't cash money? Going out to work.
Yeah, why are you working? Where do you work, Cody?
Hardee's.
Parties.
What?
He works
Basically
at
an essential
Hardee's.
service.
You can live without that trash food, I promise. At America.
But
Yeah,
I can't live without that paycheck.
That's true.
yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is happening out in the world. Blizzard, extreme like heat, apocalypse. People will still come and eat Quick Trip food for no reason.
This is apocalypse. Listen, the 4 horsemen, we're starting with plague.
We live in apocalypse.
That's what I'm saying.
What is happening
4
upstairs?
horsemen, starting with plague in the form of COVID-19.
Yo, shout out to my German Shepherd just yelling out loud upstairs.
It's
Love
Ruger.
Yeah.
He's having a little bit of a rough time.
God.
Ruger was always really nice to me, and then that one time I came back from grocery shopping with, was it grocery shopping with Nick?
Probably.
So we open the door, and he's just standing right in front of the door and barks right at me.
He does that every time I come home. Don't feel special.
No, but like that was the only time he actually barked when I was there, so it scared me because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, Ruger's an intimidating dog. I remember Ruger's like my size.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like the size of a full-grown man. He is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Big boy.
Robin, that's Rosie.
How do you come on the
Yes.
Yeah, my Rosie is my husky mix, and she weighs 90 pounds and only stands like maybe 3 foot off the ground, maybe 4 foot.
She looks like the husky version of a Twinkie.
God.
She's just like a big gold circle.
Is like Ruger short or something? Like Ruger? Ruger. It's a thing.
Or you mean like the
It's a
gun?
mythological dog man.
So,
Zach stared at me intensely and left the camera.
I have a few work updates if y'all give it.
Yes.
We
I always
just
give a shit.
Game won the team.
we just purchased plexiglass so that we can have a sneeze guard. Because apparently that's important.
Yes.
We're not allowed to interact with our truck drivers at all. It's a great time. Apparently Schnucks is making their vendors wear masks. That's what one of my vendors told me. And their employees.
I don't know too much about working conditions, but I know that Vermont is starting to make everybody who works wear. Or are they? I don't know. I just heard that from my mom that their business is starting to do that, which usually means most are.
Yeah, Quick Trip is doing that. We're getting like surgical masks here soon and like that. And then apparently we're supposed to get like red and black ones that are gonna be like that you can wash and like that after that. But just for right now, we're getting like the surgical ones.
Schnucks is making them wear masks, but that's why I had to quit because I couldn't breathe and do my job in it. And yeah.
Yeah,
Why you
because
gotta
don't you have like asthma or something?
No, I just it really restricted, and like the job is super physical, so like it made it really hard to be able to put
Like take
bad
deep breaths.
really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my manager would yell at us if nobody was around and we took it off to breathe properly. Yeah.
It's annoying.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
They let out until like a few days ago.
Say what?
If someone, they'd say no at parties because they don't want to incite panic.
Yeah, we have the option. My manager personally thinks it's kind of dumb for us right now because we still handle everyone's money. That's why, we tried to not convince them to do the plexiglass bullshit. Because we're still handling your money. We're still gonna get sick. But I mean, what do I know?
The Hannaford's around in Vermont right now. For the past couple weeks, they have the plexiglass situation going. They also have the entire front end of the store taped off, essentially, and you have to all come in at one point. There's someone that directs you to who you're going to go to out of the 15 different aisles or whatever you're going to choose. And then you have 6 dots so that you're still spaced out 6 feet. And they're doing it so there's only one person in line each time. Each time one goes through, the cashier has to fully wipe down and disinfect the entire work area.
Jesus Christ.
That's,
That's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do, though.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. We need to be doing that, but
Right.
that's gonna slow everything down.
No, I know. It's crazy, that it's causing.
I mean, if
We
it's
also don't have a population. That's the thing.
Right.
You don't have a what?
Population.
Oh.
The state entirely has 650,000 people.
Represent.
So my town is a little over 1,000. Town next to us is the second biggest in the state, and it has 35,000. We don't have a population.
Which one's that?
Sloan, Essex. Essex is the second biggest town / if you want to call it a city in the
Does
state.
that include? You mean a town in the state? Does that include the junction, or are we still different because we're?
That's including the junction. So if you include Essex Town and Essex Junction as Essex, it's the second.
All my Essex Junction is where it's at.
And Burlington is obviously the biggest, and they have, I think, 45 or 46,000.
But half of that is college kids, or something like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the whole slowdown thing isn't really a thing for us, even if we do end up doing this extremist stuff.
Yeah.
If that's what needs to get done, that's what needs to get done.
Right.
We also have a program that my stepdad's employer has been doing, and also it sounds like my father's employer is considering doing, where it's essentially a loan that becomes a grant. So it's for payroll. If you stop working and you can take loans from the government to do purely just payroll.
Mhm.
As long as you don't lay anyone off and follow a couple other rules, all of your debt gets erased once this is all over, and it's just free money to keep payroll going.
Alright, then what's the point in calling it a loan if it becomes a grant?
Because if you lay someone off, you now owe the government all that money that you took.
Oh, okay. Now I see.
Yeah, so you have to follow a strict set of guidelines with it. But
Does that include if it's a rightful termination? Like if they really done fucked up?
well, you're shut down, so
There's
they're
no
not working. If you manage to get fired while they're not working,
Hey, you never know. There might be so much overachievers out there.
I think the company can sit and wait till everything goes back to normal and fire you.
Oh, Susan.
Yes.
Oh, that's what.
Remember that sticker you got me a long time ago?
The Kirby one?
Yeah, the Kirby one.
Yeah.
So I put it in my super special papers, and I completely forgot about it. And I was trying to look for it when I came back from Poland, and I found it.
Yay!
He's a
So
nutty.
what should I do? What?
He's a nutty.
Yeah?
Yeah, he has a name.
I
It's
thought
hard.
Kirby was like lovable and snuggly and
He
Kirby
is
is
a
a god
god
of
He
killer.
eats people.
Identified the joke.
so why does he have a name?
Joke?
Because he's a god killer, Lindsay. He kills gods.
No.
According to the lore of his game, actually he does.
It's
Or
true.
yes.
He's a merciless monster in the games. He's just drawn like a circle that's pink.
He just eats
So Lindsay,
people.
you know how in Smash Ultimate or any other Smash games, when you like use Kirby's ability and suck up a character and like he absorbs their power, the only reason why they don't
Can you
just
say that into
disappear
another?
off the face of the earth is because Kirby just doesn't want to kill them. So
Yeah,
normally when you suck things up,
Oh.
he erases them from existence.
Hold on, can you hold up the sticker again?
Yeah.
Audio friendly podcast, everybody.
No, see, what I'm gonna do, instead of just recording our video as well, I'm gonna start adding, like, maybe, like, a picture or two of, like, what the we're talking about.
Get a picture of Maya.
So,
Reference B-roll.
yes. So, like,
Yeah.
the podcast that I just put out today, while we were talking about the Marvel characters, I put up the picture of them as we were talking about what they looked like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Listen, we all needed to see Safe Space.
Moon Knight.
Hey,
Moon Knight is lit, alright?
I also got this a while ago. This is the second piece of thing I wanted to show. Was back when PewDiePie was still doing that whole like 100 million thing. I
Mhm.
got one of his hats, but I haven't been able to wear it because I went to Poland, which is straight 0 deaths.
We need that right now.
Yeah.
No,
So look,
that's accurate, Lindsay. We don't need it. There's
if
many.
someone tries to kill me, they
Oh, wait.
can't legally.
They can't legally.
Just legally binding.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Yes.
would you still love me if I was a worm?
If you were a worm.
Absolutely not.
You don't like worms? Whoops. I f***ed it up. I f***ed it up. I f***ed it up. There we go.
I was like, oh my god, I guess she hates me that much.
No.
That's it. Podcast over.
I went to get rid of notifications on my phone. One of the notifications was, Lindsay, join the chat. And I was like, that's cool. And I went to swipe it away, but I clicked on it and I entered the chat on my phone. Which made it go away on my computer.
Oh, I just got a notification. Oh. Yeah, that was dumb.
Just got a notification. End chat.
Alright. We have a few $1 million bots.
Wait, quick.
Hold on, we need to answer the question we have before us.
Can I keep you as a pet and feed you food? Make you little hats?
Lindsay, can you still talk?
Then yes.
Yes, I have a giant mouth.
Okay, then yes. If you can still talk, if you're just a worm, like you just transform into a worm and all the cognitive stuff becomes worm, at that point you're just a worm.
Okay.
Zach.
But if you can still talk and stuff, it's all good.
Neato.
As long as I can make
Just
you
wanna
little
say
hats to
quickly-
wear.
Just want to say quickly, my upstairs neighbors are pretty hard. Or they're doing some Home Depot project.
Oh, they're doing a rigging so that they can have ceiling while suspending each other from this, having sex while suspending each other from the ceiling.
Yeah.
You got there.
Well, so but apparently it's just like a new couple. So it's like a pregnant lady and a guy.
If it's a pregnant lady and a guy, they should not be she's pregnant.
No, she's horny is
Yeah,
what she
so
is.
you're pregnant, lady.
Well, the thing is, they're always really loud. Well, they're
As long
really
as you do
loud.
it gently, there's nothing
I
technically wrong.
know, but it's just, I don't know, I think that's weird.
Well, so they. I mean, it's fine. Like they're a couple.
Yeah.
But somehow when they walk, it makes so much noise that like. It's insane. These walls are pretty insulated and all, or like so soundproofed and everything. But every single night you could just hear them stomping around. And so I told my dad, like, or my dad was getting angry. And he's like, "Oh well, there she goes stomping around again." So she's like falling over the floor every single time she wants to walk. I can't remember how the joke went, but it just sounds like somebody's hitting the floor, like falling over.
If they are doing Home Depot, my guess is that they are either putting in a crib or putting in rigging so that they can hang each other from the ceiling while they have sex.
Oh,
Sex swing?
adult swings.
Huh?
Sex swing?
What are you saying?
Sex swing?
Sex swing? No. You see, when people
no.
hang each other from the ceiling, they hang each other by rope, right? And they use rope. But to do that, they need like a little bit of a wooden. What I've seen is build like a wooden kind of like frame, and then the ceiling, and they like build it up to the ceiling, and then they make it sturdy enough to hold a human, and then they tie a rope to one end, and then they tie the person up on the other end, and then hang the person. And Robin's giving me some looks.
You ever
And then
feel
you
like
just give them
you
a push.
ever feel like you know that just you want to and just that that's how you were. That's exactly. You just kept switching your points every time. You're like, so they do this. No wait, no they actually, and then no wait this, and I'm like, oh my god.
Listen, I'm stupid, alright?
Robin knew.
Makes me sick.
So $1
I know
million
exactly what
bucks.
you were doing.
Choosing what's the $1 million butt.
So, $1
Oh,
million, but whenever you smell something pleasant, you can only communicate through interpretive dance.
Why can I only communicate through interpretive dance?
Because you smelled something pleasant.
Present.
I just feel one to speak today, okay?
Cody, are
That's
you
way
having
too
a
frequent,
stroke?
and I can't.
Cody, do you smell toast?
That's what Italians do already.
What?
And they survived as a culture.
I'm sorry, the f*** do you mean?
They just do like with their hands. They dance with their hands, and then they act all dramatic.
Listen,
You mean theater
No,
majors?
No, guys,
Ha!
you don't understand. I had an Italian Airbnb host, and he did not know a thing of English. So instead of just like typing it out or speaking into it and then just showing me, he would turn on the speaker, stare directly at me the entire time, and just like say everything with one hand in his mouth. So he would communicate as he was talking with his hand. Like he couldn't have two things in his hand. He would set something down,
I
or
don't-
he would adjust himself, so he had a hand free to talk.
I don't think that's an Italian thing. I think people just talk with their hands sometimes.
No, that's an Italian thing.
Yeah.
Hashtag
That's Italian
stereotypes!
No, it's a different style for Italians. But the point is hand movements enough to consider interpretive dance because it's interpretive? Maybe it's just like sock puppet dance in a way. Like,
Listen, we
it's
talking puppets.
classified as anything from the elbow up.
We talking
Counts
puppets.
as dance.
I'm not talking puppets.
We're not talking puppets. Is that what we said?
Nope, you're hearing what you want to hear.
I am. Here's what you do, right? You take
No.
2 earplugs. You shove them up your nose. No more spells.
Excuse me?
You never have to dance if you can't smell.
Honey, you can still.
Oh, I thought you said earbuds, not earplugs. I'm like,
I said
what do earbuds have
earplugs.
to do?
When I say earbuds, I meant earplugs. I just can't speak today.
I'm gonna say
That was
no.
terrible.
I will also say no.
Thank
Wait, for what?
Good smells.
to the $1 million butt. I like smelling things.
You don't listen!
I'm not taking that. I'm gonna say
I'm
no.
not taking that
I'm gonna say
money.
no.
Look, if I'm willing to have the rules bent a little bit
Nope.
and be like, you don't have to use your full body to dance.
Rules don't bend. Rules don't bend.
Well, but the rule is it's interpretive dance, and what is the definition of an interpretive dance?
I don't fucking know. I'm not Google.
Looking it up. It's like picture what you
What
think
is
looking at
an
interpretive dance, and that's what it is.
Jason the rule guy.
It doesn't define a certain level of movement. It just is a style of dance, whether it be like the white man shuffle, where all you're doing is moving your shoulders around, to the
Well, how are you
full-on
gonna
having a
communicate?
spasm.
But it says
So how are you gonna communicate with your shoulders, huh?
not interpretive hand motions.
But what
A
is
form
interpretive
of modern
dance?
dance in which the dancer's movements depict an emotion or tell a story.
See,
Repeat that,
so
please.
that doesn't define what you have to move when
Is
you do
this a
dance.
dance? Am I dancing right now, middleman?
Yeah, it could be. What is dancing? What is dancing? It's an expression of emotion.
With your
That's
body.
Maybe you're expressing some emotion. Maybe it's the most bland emotion in the world if you're clapping your own hands, but it still counts.
All right, Sophocles, let's move on.
I'm willing to go for it. I'm willing to go for it.
No,
I think you're making so
So-
much more fun.
Jason the rule guy, everybody.
Coming in with a fucking plush chicken saying, look at this human.
I love chicken. Cluck, 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 cluck.
Hey, speaking of the dancing,
Please.
during the one of the dance festivals, or what was it called? They always put on a dance performance. At
Dance
their college.
concert?
Yeah, one of the concerts. During one of the songs, they just had a girl jump in place for 3 minutes.
That was me. How dare you?
Brian,
It's Brian's hat. Hey, Brian's hat. Would you introduce us to Brian?
I don't know how long I'm gonna be.
Wow, Brian here. For
Wow, your
however.
nose is
Close your damn
huge!
face.
I don't know how
Where's that
long.
nose, Brian?
Okay, but
No,
Hey,
Brian.
show us that nose.
The lighting.
It's crested out there.
Robin, you're
What's that?
blue.
I'm blue.
Yeah, look.
I'm not green, I'm blue.
okay. So I tweeted Gavin Free. Everybody, shut up. I tweeted Gavin Free to ask him if he would consider talking with your hands interpretive dance. He's the true god of this game. If he answers it all, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
To move on to the next question.
Yeah, this dude.
$1 million butt. Whenever you feel relaxed, a child accuses you of being a molester.
No.
Oh!
Yeah,
Yeah, no. Absolutely no money.
If Brian's hat is all, at all,
That
Lindsay.
was too much like one already.
We'll be slapping posters of Robin up around town real quick.
jail be calling me
Did you say something?
No.
Rubbin? Is that what you said?
Rubbin.
That'll be your prison name, Rubbin.
Does this mean I get to visit my uncle in jail?
No.
Nice.
Wow.
Seriously,
Zach's
though,
laughing so.
seriously though, that's kind of a hard question to say yes to. Because that's one of the easiest ways to have your whole life f***ed up.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of a debate here, buddy. I think
everyone would
I
know.
don't think anybody wants this, Jason.
Yeah, no, we can just move on.
That was a consensus we have reached show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made Dubheads history.
Jesus Christ.
I'll stick to my interpretive
Alright.
dancing.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, don't want to offend the snake.
Ladies, gentlemen, and the 1%.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's not.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Shut up, Brian.
What's the next one?
I didn't say anything.
$1 million, but whenever a waiter speaks to you, everything you consume must be done erratically.
Erratically?
Erratically.
There's,
Every time who speaks to you?
that's
Waiter?
rectally.
What?
That's
That's me.
rectally. Idiot.
Oh, right.
$1 million, but whenever a waiter speaks to you, everything you consume must be done rectally.
Hold on. Let me ask some questions here, right? So, will I be able to digest this stuff?
Brian left the chat.
Brian's just gone.
Brian has left the chat.
Brian said rectal. No, thank you.
No, we exposed a strange addiction.
Oh my god.
But let me ask. So, do you get to actually enjoy the food, or is it just shoved up your?
Stop sneezing.
Or like, does it fill your belly? Is what I'm getting at.
I mean, no. It was.
Well, but it's still consumed, though, isn't it?
It said it had to be consumed
Yeah.
correctly, so that would imply yes, it does. It does sustain you and give you nutrients.
Do you shit out your mouth or do you shit out your ass again?
Restaurants become a fun time. Let's go.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say
But then
yes.
you gotta stop dating me because I'm a waiter.
Cody's just
Waitress,
gonna
sorry.
shove a Thanksgiving turkey up his ass.
I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say no. Thank you. No for me.
Yeah, no.
Or if whenever I go to a restaurant before the guy or girl even gets a word out, I'll just be like, "Don't speak to me. I
Hold
know
on.
what I want."
It said.
Don't even say a word, fam.
If you get
Listen.
waitress, you're fine.
Oh, guys, if you go
It
to a
does
restaurant,
only say
you
waiter.
can blend up the food. You can load up your food, go to the bidet, and just cram it all in there. There you go.
All in where?
In the bidet, so then it shoots at your butt, and then it goes
Yeah,
up.
and you don't have to do anything in public.
That's not how a bidet works.
That's not how that
It
works.
is how a bidet works.
No,
It's
you
how a
can't.
bidet works.
Shut
No.
your ass.
No, that
You're
is
not
how a
gonna go
bidet
through
works.
your
Okay,
ass
hold
with
on.
the
Everybody
water
shut
down.
up. That is
The
how a
bidet doesn't
bidet.
shove up your-
Shut your mouth. What you're saying is how a bidet
Just
works.
see if you
Yes.
snuggle yourself
Shut
up.
However, you cannot shove things in a bidet and have it spray at you. That's
That's why I'm
not
saying blend it up so it turns into a liquid.
right, but you can't put that in the bidet.
Mrs. Food,
Find a way to. Asians are pretty kinky.
You got $1 million.
listen, hold
I'm
on,
that
hold on.
meme.
Here's the thing. Bidets don't shoot water up your ass. They shoot it at your ass to wipe the... Your
The water doesn't go in you,
water
it
tight.
goes on you.
It goes on you,
Well,
not
what I'm
in you.
saying is,
So do
get
you
some
use the
Asians
bidet?
to...
Hashtag Jason doesn't know how the human body works.
Manually beforehand.
Jason, your is not a mouth. It's not like just like smacking, like trying to bite at the food as it's coming out of the bidet. It's like it just sits there.
It to take things. God meant for that to expel things, not take them in.
Okay, so how would you adapt your eating method to eat stuff rectally?
A lot of
It's the same
oil
concept as
and then
eating
shoving it up
regular
there.
Here's the thing. You buy a hollow mutton
So-
and you call it a day.
You know that.
See, you have to add something different to your routine.
You
And
know
all I'm
that.
saying is get
You know
some
that
kinky-ass
moment.
Asian, 'cause God knows they exist, and get them to put a power hose attachment onto a bidet.
Once
And
again,
eventually-
everybody,
No,
Jason
I
the
was gonna
rule
say,
guy.
No,
Listen,
I'm still
it'd be
saying
more
no.
efficient to mix enema in.
So, you
Okay,
know,
yeah, that is
you know
true.
the meme where Patrick has like the funnel on his ass and someone's putting a pumpkin in it? That's
Yeah.
what I imagine.
Yes.
That is
But I'm
how
still
I am
saying no
consuming
to the-
things
to the $1
rectally.
million, but
You take the food and you shove it in as far as you can, and then take a broom handle, and you'll just kind of go the rest of it.
Oh, so I get dinner and a ride.
Oh, is that how witches were invented?
Actually, witches did historically shove their, not up their butt, but in their region.
Yeah.
And that has been silence.
What?
Guys.
Okay.
Zach,
Can
you know
we?
we can't hear you, right?
Yeah, Zach, we can't hear you.
I can hear
We can't
you.
hear what you're saying.
I can. I can.
Oh, I can hear you.
Mhm.
I can't hear Zach.
Zach, it's okay. We need the boys.
And no one knows what you're saying. Just hang up and rejoin. Thank you.
But while we have this time, I'm still saying no to the question.
We're all
Despite
saying no to the
playing devil's
question.
advocate.
You just overthought
I'm just
it.
saying that to clarify, despite my arguments, I'm still saying no.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
There he is.
Better?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Bless you.
I have a story.
You have a story?
This happened
tell us the
yesterday.
story.
I think I texted you guys about it a little bit, but I wanna explain to you what the f happened. So I texted and I think I tweeted about it. This man came in yesterday, and he was very old,
I'm
and
about to scream about it.
he mumbled very, very aggressively. So like bad. Yeah. So like Cody, I'm going to kill you.
Stop walking around. Finished?
Are you
No,
done?
You muted it. You can go.
Okay. So I described him as a mumbling old man because that's what he was. He came in, he was like, "Listen, ma'am, I really need to go have a cigarette, but I don't have a lighter. Can I take this lighter outside and, like, come back with it?" And I was like, "Sure, it's a f***ing lighter." Like, he runs out with it, I'll just pay for one. I don't care. Like, $1.50.
Yeah.
Whatever, I get you, go smoke your cigarette, please come back. And as he was leaving, he turns around and he asks me, "Have you, do you know about Jesus?" And I went, "Yeah, I think so."
No, of him.
Yeah, I'm like, I've heard of him. I
My
heard he's,
man JC.
I'm like, I've heard he's pretty cool. And he starts just talking to me.
He's the son of the original G.
He starts just talking to me, just spouting nonsense. And I just can't understand him at this point. And, like, it gets to the point where, like, I think he, like, says a question, so I respond with, "Yeah," because I'm like, "What do you want?" And then he goes, "But anyway, I'll be right back, gonna have my cigarette, then I'm gonna come back in here and save your soul." And I went, "Okay."
Wow, that's intense.
So he was outside for 25 minutes smoking this cigarette.
Cherishing that mother.
He was having a good cigarette apparently. And
That sounds like he was crying it out, and he was really trying to, like, actually do it.
Yeah, like it's like
I
it's
got
like,
this one.
he was like taste testing it like wine, you know? like small dainty little puffs, I guess.
Not actually breathing it in, just kind of sucking a little bit into his mouth and holding it.
Yeah. But he came back in, he was doing his shopping, at this point, my friend that I work with had gone to the bank, come back from the bank, and our Frito driver had come, and we were waiting for him to come inside. And I was like, listen, Jessica, I called dibs on checking Justin in today because I don't want to talk to this man again. No offense to him, my soul is fine. And she's like, just for that, I'm gonna run out there and tell him to take as long as he wants to, like sitting out here. And I'm like, why have you done this to me? So, she does that, and then, he finally comes up to the register. Well, he gets closer to the register. The lady is like, oh, I gotta go, man, like, see you later. And, like, goes to leave. She leans in real close to me and goes, listen, check me out as fast as you can. That guy is giving me the creeps and offered me meth.
Wow.
And I'm like,
That's a big.
wow, that's cool. That's not very
The real name is Jesus. You've got Jesus' heart candy.
Listen, that man wasn't trying to pray to Jesus. He was trying to see him face to face.
And so I was like, oh, that's cool. And checked her out as fast as I could, and she left. But he came up, and he's like, I got 2 separate orders. I've got this one, and I've got this one. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And he's like, alright, here's this one. And one of his items is a big spoon, which is what you can use to cook meth. Like, before I don't know how meth works.
You're just giving us stuff, and you're like, I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
How you cook?
Something you use before you consume meth. And as I get done with his first, like, transaction, and then Frito's ready, and I look at him and I go, Justin, boy, am I glad to see you. Like, please save me. And my friend lets me check him in, and she finishes checking out the old man. And I lean in real close to Justin, and I go, we're gonna take longer than usual because I want this man to leave. And he goes, oh, is that the Jesus man Jessica was talking about? And I was like, yes. He makes me uncomfortable.
I have a question.
I have an answer, but you go first.
Yes, Cookie Monster.
So did you manage to get that guy out of the store?
Oh yeah, no, he's totally peaceful. He just offered a lady, meth. He didn't do anything dramatic. He was very polite. He paid for the lighter.
I mean,
He
what else would you do in the desert
He did have a
for
pretty cool
40-something years?
tattoo though. It was of a rubber ducky smoking like a cigarette, but it kind of looked like a joint. And I was like, that guy definitely knows a lot about Jesus.
Well, did you get his name?
No!
You know what I bet his name was?
What?
I bet his name was something awesome.
Like George.
Like,
George? That's an awesome name to you?
Thank you. Thank you. He wants to name our son Throckmorton in the future.
What?
yeah, we were talking hypotheticals, and I was like, I'm going to name a kid Throckmorton.
Listen, that would be rad.
I'm gonna name my kid Thor.
Listen, name a kid Throckmorton.
You learn to skateboard while playing the tenor saxophone. And
Name a kid Dante.
We're not having a
Name
problem.
him Throckmorton. He's going to listen to so much death metal. Do you understand?
God. This is not what I want for my
There's
child.
going to be posters of pentagrams with goat heads on them. That is what happens. Naming your child Throckmorton.
Yeah, Zachary, would you like a child like that?
I can see like the kid being born, and they'll be like,
Oh,
"Oh, it's a
yeah.
beautiful child. What's his name?" And I'll be like, Throckmorton, and they'll be like, "Oh,
Listen, that
we had
child
a
is gonna grow up and have like 3 pimples.
we had a friend that wanted to pit bulls. I thought you said pimples.
I thought he said pimples." I was like, "Oh,
I just cannot speak today.
Speaking of children names,
Yeah.
when I grow up, I want to marry a girl who's willing to go
Me
along
too.
with my bullshit in a way, because so I've met so many of my friends where they're like, no, I'm not having children. So I say, bet, I'm going to make up for you then. So I'm going to have like a football team, like soccer team, and
No.
just name them all different acronyms. So you start out with AM and PM. Then you have DM, H&M, M&M. Shut up, Susan. You're already married.
No, I'm not. I am engaged. There is a difference. I have not paid for a wedding.
time out. Are you
Oh, you
saying
don't
that
wanna
you were
be
going
married?
to have surrogate children for all of your friends?"
No.
I'm going to marry somebody and have children. I'm going to make up
So for all the For all the
average
friends-
number of children for me and my friends.
So you're just going to have a buttload of kids so that the average number stays the same.
Yeah.
See, Zach, 3 children bad now, huh?
Listen.
And I'm going to make them all like their initials are going to have like a word, like an abbreviation, like, you know, DM, direct message, AM, PM. You have M&M, H&M. I'm trying to think of some more, like TM from Pokemon, the little TM things they do.
TM.
Trademark?
Yeah.
But also, mailman, listen to me right now. You cannot do this because the thought of an army of little mailmen running around
Mailmen.
to my core.
That's
They
not
were-
the
hold
reason
on.
to do it.
Hold on. Pause. They would
We
not
will
be called
raid a
male
village. We will
men.
overtake Essex Town.
They'd be male people.
No.
They would be
Essex
male
Junction
people,
rules.
first off.
I
No.
like the idea of Jason.
What would they be? Susan, what would they be? Mailman? That
No.
sounds...
No, you don't understand. We call him Mailman because that's his last name. They're not mailmen. He's
I'm not changing
Mailman.
their last name.
No, I like the idea
I know
of
they refer to as
all of
mailman.
Jason's kids changing their last name slightly to match, like, if they're male or female. So, like, if he has a boy,
Oh, shit,
it'll be
yeah.
male man. If he has a girl, it'll be male woman. And
No,
then he
you
and
know
then
what
their
I should
family
do?
What if
unit
he's
would
a-
be called the male man, or
You-
the male
Zach,
carrier.
speaking
The
of
mail
that, speaking of that,
carrier.
when I was in Iceland,
They're not just
they
male
have a
men,
really
they're
weird
male
way-
people.
Male people.
Well, so Zach and guys, so when I went to Iceland, they have a really fucky way of naming their family, and so when a lot of Icelandic Americans came over to the U.S., the mail system was like, why the fuck do we have 6 different names to one household? So apparently what happens is, no matter who you are, if you're born under a father, which is how it works, you are either named that father's name, like let's say my name, Jason. If I had a son, that son would be named Jason's son. And then if I had a daughter, it'd be Jason's daughter. And then when they would have a kid, it would be whatever that kid's name was, and then daughter, son, and it keeps going. So I should marry an Icelandic girl and adjust it to that way. That way it all works. And then just slightly change up their culture a little bit. So instead of just son or daughter, I can add a little extra name to the list.
Just slightly change their really even change the hundreds of years of tradition. I understand.
Hey, yeah, it can work. I mean, they're half the population of Vermont. We can take them on. I'll recruit Vermont. Oh, I'll give New Hampshire some credit, and they'll join.
What you doing over there, Nick?
But for seriously though, if I wanted to go with a name like, if I wanted to go for a name like DM, I was thinking like, what's a good like name that starts with D and people say
Dimitri.
Off the top.
Dick.
You know how people say Dan the man? Dan the Man?
Yeah.
I can name a kid Dan, and he'd be Dan the Mailman.
What was the kid that Robin was talking about?
Oh, I said DeAndre.
Talking about me, right?
I like that name.
DeAndre Mailman.
Who was the kid in y'all's high school whose nickname was Big D?
No, Big T. His
Because of my enormous.
Demetrius.
Demetrius.
Yeah, Demetrius. He was the nicest kid, but there was something missing in his brain, so he would be super.
What?
He could only do stuff related to gym stuff. Like,
So he had no
how's it
brain.
going? Oh,
Missing in his brain.
You mean his whole brain?
I apologize, but Demetrius was the nicest kid ever. He was.
He,
And like, but the
he
gym
had a
teacher would
lot
call
of-
him Big T.
special classes.
Me too.
But he
And on
was
top
the
of that-
nicest kid. But one of our gym teachers, and a lot of the teachers ended up following up on it, they just called him Big D, and he'd go, Big D.
Well, and Robin, on top of that, if you want to add a little bit of extra spice, he was also like one of the only black kids in the school.
Oh, yeah.
He was like 1 of 10 or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever that number was.
I think we had, in total, between all 4 classes during our senior year, I think we had a total of 20 out of our high school of 1,300.
Yeah. And that was when we ended school, though, because when we started as freshmen, there weren't as many whatsoever. But then, like, as we started getting closer to senior year, there started to become more minorities.
Lindsay, you got a
Like, a lot
problem
of-
with that?
With what?
You said, bro.
No, because Zach is sending me all these potential child names.
Zach,
What about
just say it in
Sheldon?
the chat, or say it in the podcast.
Voluntarius, Decorvius, Deschanale, Shaquale Onale.
Ocho Cinco.
You see,
Shaquale O'Neill.
if I have kids, they're all gonna.
It's the French way of saying Shaquille O'Neal. Don't look that up.
No.
I'll trust it.
I've got a few ideas for kid names. I got 2 male, we got Clay, and we got Flint, and for a daughter, we got Fiona.
We have
Wait.
Iris and Thor and Thomas and Arthur.
Listen, what if I have 2 sons, right? I name one Flint, I name one Steel. And Flint and Steel.
Yeah, but no.
Listen, they'd be a pretty hot topic at school. You know what I'm saying?
What if I just name my kid Taco?
Maybe you could. Jesus. Did you say Paco or Taco?
Taco.
Taco.
Why the f would I name it Paco?
I don't know.
Time out. Did you say you would name it Taco and not Paco?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
I played
did.
hockey with a kid named Paco once. He was so chill.
Hey, why would I name it Paco instead of Taco?
Yeah, I did. I'm very confident in my answer, Zach.
Don't culturally appropriate, Susan.
Time out. Okay. So who here is familiar with the PBS show Maya and Miguel?
Yes.
I know BBS, but
Okay. My little sister, I named after Maya, for Maya and Miguel. If Susan names her kid Paco, which was the name of the parent in Maya and Miguel, and someone names their son Miguel, between the 3 of our families, we will have all of Maya and Miguel.
Miguel, like, what was the show about?
I don't remember.
I remember there being something about. Oh, let me Google it.
Timeout to
They go to school and they ate Mexican cuisine.
timeout. Hold on. Timeout to Robin's timeout. Zach, you need to name your kid Seis Nueve. Because that's 69 in Spanish.
7? Or no, wait. 7, 8.
That's 7-9.
No.
Ocho is
7,
8.
Ocho is 8.
That's right.
6-9.
Very good with the name.
You gotta name your kid 69 in Spanish.
I kind of want to.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just name my kids only names that memes portray.
Be
So,
like,
like Thomas the Tank Engine. Just shit like that. I can't think of them right now. But you get some weird ass
Pepe
shit,
the Pig.
and then they
Well,
become associated with a meme.
So you're gonna have a kid with a name that starts with S because S and M, obviously. So
Yes.
I'm gonna. I would like to propose first name Soldier, middle name Boy.
Up in that hoe.
Soldier Boy.
You. Up in that hoe.
Name one Kirby.
Kirby?
To answer your
Yeah,
question,
and then just like dye him pink.
no, hang on.
And middle name Ulysses.
Yeah, that'd be great.
To answer your question on what Maya and Miguel is about, it's about Maya getting herself into big boy trouble, and then her friends and her twin brother, Miguel, helping her get herself out of big boy trouble while speaking Spanish and teaching kids about culture.
Welcome to the G-rated part of the
Hold on, Big
podcast,
Boy
everybody.
Trouble. Define big boy trouble. Does that mean drugs?
No, like,
Piss Daddy.
G-rated, Cody.
PBS show with
this is
5-year-olds.
PBS Kids.
Don't get mad at me.
G-rated.
So, like, you know when you're little and you're like, sure, Mom, I'll clean my room, he, and then you don't, and then you're trying to get your mom not to find out that you haven't cleaned your room? That kind of big boy trouble, because they're f***ing 5, Cody.
I don't know this. Listen.
Educate
I
yourself.
want a 5-year-old getting themselves out of actual big boy trouble. I want to see little Miguel trying to get out of the drug cartel, okay?
This week on Michael and Miguel, they get smuggled across the border.
Michael and Miguel.
This week on Maya and Miguel, what if Maya and Miguel's mommy didn't love them enough, and so she got an abortion?
Zach, you should name a kid Leroy.
Jenkins?
Name him Leroy.
Leroy Jenkins!
Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. 'Cause
Did
Zach,
you
I
not
don't
hear me
understand
scream
you.
Leroy Jenkins?
Yeah, name him Leroy.
Oh my god.
My last name's not Jenkins.
Middle name
Change
Jenkins.
his last name.
Last name Glenn.
Change his last
Leroy
Yes,
Jenkins
yes.
Glenn.
Guys, what if I name my kid, like,
Mr. Jenkins, the father of Leroy? Oh, yes, that's me, but it's not Jenkins.
what if I get kids and I name them after my nicknames I had in high school, right? So, in high school, I got called, like, that goggles kid. I got called that kid with the suspenders.
I bet you were the
I got
weed
called
kid.
this.
No, he wasn't.
And then
Fuck!
I got the best nicknames.
God.
One of you.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I didn't hear that last name.
oh, it was
Again, I'm hearing this high-pitched, like, screeching.
Oh, because he's blurring. They're blurring it out. Yeah.
Susan, it's about time for
Yeah.
support.
Wait. But Cody,
Hold on,
I can one up you.
everybody, shut the f*** up. So, I have got to go. I'm being called into work. But please finish off the podcast without me. Nick, you're in charge, I guess.
Yeah!
Oh,
This is
God.
my podcast now.
Whenever you're done, Nick, just push this button and it'll stop, and then let it render.
How did you do that?
This.
Oh,
With
okay.
this.
Okay.
This
It's
button.
gonna fucking
Let it
all
render.
get
Don't
super-
exit out of it so I can get to it later. I need to put pants on. Let me up.
Bye, Snoozin.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Wow, Susan, you look very different.
Yeah.
You gained some weight.
Not only work.
They're just gonna be like this.
Susan.
I was this close to saying, Susan, have you lost weight?
I'm offended.
This is getting suspenseful.
Yeah,
Fuck.
how much better we are for Nick than we are for Susan.
Yeah,
He's like an Italian monk.
I'm taking my weed and I'm leaving. Goodbye, internet.
Bye.
You look like you belong in the Italian mob.
He does.
Who? Yeah, that's what I just said. Nick
Yeah, I got
looks like
my
he's
wife
Italian
beater on and everything.
A little bit of hairy chest there.
monk.
Yeah.
He doesn't have chest hairs to breathe.
Let it breathe.
Let him breathe, baby.
All right.
That's
Pictures.
the joke.
All right, everybody, shut up. I got this.
Got this?
Okay.
He's got
$1 million, but every time a full moon happens, you rip off your shirt and swing it above your head and yell "woo" at the top of your lungs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck yeah.
It's like a
Cody's doing it.
it's like a werewolf transformation. Like
It's like kind of. No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
Lindsay, you said to hold on?
Yeah, I don't think the full moon, honey.
Oh, right.
no, I think that was a few nights ago.
Is there someone who's ever tried to impress?
Zach, can you give Lindsay a full moon? I know she's seen it already.
Thank you.
Listen. if
Yeah,
he
Zach, show
shows
us
it-
your hairy.
He shows it to the chat. He shows it to me, and I'm gay. So showing his butt to someone who is gay. So that'd make him gay. So therefore,
Zach, are you willing to make the sacrifice? $1 million, but every time you flash Lindsay, you have to be gay.
We all know his cheeks are paler and whiter than the moon itself.
What a weird turn this podcast has taken.
I
Zach,
don't know.
Zach's like, you can all kiss the hairiest part of my.
Nothing.
Wait, so
What?
Zach, you had the Michael Jackson syndrome, but on your only?
no, it's
No,
worse.
it's not Michael Jackson. It's that guy from Tumblr.
All right, guys.
I lip flip me, man.
Guys, should we make this part hard for Susan to edit? Like on a real question?
Yeah, let's do it.
She's gone.
Welcome to the irate edition of our podcast.
We're all going to rate.
Welcome to the NR podcast, everybody.
It's our podcast. We take it away from Susan. We're going off the rails. PG, no more. YouTube algorithm, we don't care. We'll put it on anyways.
All right, everybody. $1 million, but $1 million, but whenever a member of the opposite sex asks you a question, you became a full-blown mime for an hour.
Does that mean my mind blows up?
My actions fuzzed.
Mime is trapped in an invisible box. Right?
Yeah, like-
you have to make
Can I
that.
give a grade?
You literally just transform into a mime. Like you got the clothes on, you got the makeup all over your
makeup.
face.
Like a gray, like the white face.
Mime.
I thought it said mine.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing
I
that.
don't
No.
like mimes, and I get asked way too many questions in a day to let that happen.
Listen,
All
You
of
would-
my
you
actions
would be
caused
so-
way too many questions.
Zach, you and Lindy could be mimes together.
That'll be so cute. Oh my
Mime
God.
porn.
And
Zach, you'll be stuck in the same box
Give us some
together
good acting.
for an hour.
Kudos.
You know what?
Good
good.
luck.
I do not like mimes. I think they're dumb. Besides, the mimes just come up with a lot of ideas that don't work. Mimes.
Putting in a wagon? Oh my God, that would be so fun.
A what? Are we putting Zach on a wagon?
No, putting me in a wagon.
You're putting
Zach
you on a
has a
wagon?
wagon.
Yes.
Yo, speaking of wagons, Susan's not here right now, but she has she's told me the story about her and her friend Justine were in a wagon one time going down a hill, and it got going too fast. So her friend decided to jump out and try to stop it, but she just ended up getting run over by the wagon.
Oh no.
Just like, they were going so quick, and it just went right over her.
I would have
Hold on. What kind of old-timey backwards diesel land are you in? Were you riding in a wagon?
Like, you know, like a red wagon?
Oh, I was thinking like the covered wagons. I forgot wagon were a thing.
Oh my God, no, like a red wagon, like a child would have.
I was never a child. I don't know these things.
I remember them a tiny bit. Would that really be big enough to run over somebody?
It happened, yeah. I think they were like,
they were small enough to have two people in one little red wagon.
they
It
were,
sounds like they were probably like 4 or 5.
yeah, they were like 5 or 6. I think 6 or,
Oh,
yeah.
we're leaving out some big information here. I thought this was a full-on, like, giant wagon that some teenager jumped in front of and fucking died.
No, mailman. Why would
Well, you're
anybody
leaving out
have a wagon?
information.
What do you think this is? It's not
It's
1989.
your story. You didn't tell the details.
You're not wrong,
I
but
didn't expect some 5-year-old dumbass to jump in front of a wagon.
but when I'm talking about a wagon, it's like, why would you think like an 1899 wagon?
We had this little Jeep thing that was just big enough for him to sit in the front and me to sit in the back, like in the trunk part of it. And we had a backyard that was basically like a 45-degree angle hill and went straight into our house. And so we would start at the top and we would just ride the Jeep all the way down, going like real fast down the hill until we slammed into the house. And that was our idea of a fun afternoon.
Nice.
You would stand in your house.
So if that tells you anything about why I am the way I am today, yeah.
Oh,
That
great.
told me a lot.
Brain damage.
I remember when I had this like 6-year-old or like 5-year-old birthday party. I can't remember how old I was, but they got this tiny little pool that inflated and had the little slide. It really wasn't that big. It was probably like 4 feet across. And I got to the top of this tiny little slide and decided to do a belly flop. The thing is, since I was so young, I didn't really register the distance well, and so my whole body hit the little pool, but my face went and hit the edge of it, which deflated and caused me to just eat a bunch of grass at the other end of the pool. That was fun.
Grass.
And then we had a place in 4th and 5th grade where it was like at the border of our playground. It was this giant hill, kind of like what Zach was saying. I think it was like 50 degrees. I'm going to one-up you, Zach. It was a 50-degree hill. And we would always build a really big ramp at the bottom because that's what kids do. And we would try to get as high as we could off of that ramp. I really wish I had a video of it. But I probably got so many concussions off of that. Because it was just like a 30-foot drop. And then you just hit a ramp and you go flying back up.
All right.
Hey, Nick, I think we got time for one last one.
All right. $1 million, but whenever you feel uncomfortable, everyone within a mile of you turns into clowns.
Yes.
Okay, what kind of clowns are we talking? We're talking like Pennywise clowns or like Because if it's not Pennywise clowns, there's no appeal.
No, it's not Pennywise clowns. It's like just normal clowns. Like,
No, I want my f***ing scary clowns. Not scary clowns. Dumb.
well, I don't know. Maybe if you're afraid of clowns, yeah, that is terrifying no matter what.
No, I want the scary clowns or I want no clowns, alright? I want my money's worth.
You want all of them to come within, like, everyone within a mile just turns into clowns, and they're like, let's gang beat Cody.
Yes!
Well, they wouldn't be aware of who caused it. They would just be living their daily lives, and so you'd have people in whatever situation, and then they just turn into a couple of clowns.
Side
So I
note
would
on
say,
it.
like, this is a very punishing one because uncomfortable is such a broad term that it can happen every, like, minute if you really just didn't feel like it was a good day. But if it was the only $1 million butt question I could have, I would go with it. Like, fuck yeah, I'd spice things up a bit.
You get an upset stomach and everyone turns turns into a clown. Like, you're driving home and
Yeah,
you have, like,
don't turn into a clown.
you have an upset
I'd be
stomach,
very-
and, like, the car next to you, you look over and the driver's just, like, full clown makeup and everything.
Hell yeah, man. That'd be funny as hell to mess with people. I'd say yeah, I would go with it.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna do it, because why not? You know, I want to see some clowns, like,
Hell yeah.
juggling as I'm driving home from work. I think that'd be funny as You see, like, a little car pull up next to you, and there's, like, 17 in there.
I would do it.
Yeah, I would do it just for the experience, man.
Yeah.
If there's not
My
murders
thing is-
and clown's eyes, I'm not for it.
What if I'm at home and suddenly my parents are clowns? I don't know about y'all, but my parents have fairly good jobs right now. And if they're suddenly clowns,
Well, no,
they
it's just
don't
that
have really good jobs.
It does say everyone, so no matter who it
no one says
is.
that they lose their job. It's just that they change their species to become clowns.
Well, but
Do
clowns,
babies
they
become
don't say what
clowns
type
as
of
well?
clowns.
I guess it falls in with everybody. So, like, babies becoming clowns, like, they're in their, like, cribs and they're in, like, full makeup, like, got the big...
and they honk their nose when they need milk.
Yes.
And then the mother their breast, and it's just another clown nose, and they just sort of body the honk.
No, it's one of the flower lapels that, like, spray water, but it's just on their nipple.
Yeah.
But like the nipple is a flower that squirts milk.
Now, Cody, I don't know what the hell kind of species you're talking about, but I'm going with makeup.
Clowns! I'm talking about clowns. That's a species.
Don't assume a clown species.
Are you
No, the
clown-cist?
Clown is the species.
Ah, shit.
Clown is the species, buddy. What, you think clowns are people? I think people. Clowns are clowns.
But, like, you have different types of humans. You had Neanderthals and Homo sapiens.
It's like a rate. It's like a
Where's that
class.
draw the line with different types of clowns?
It's like a class in Skyrim.
There
Like,
could be different types of clowns, but clowns aren't humans.
you have the elves, the
That's
dark
like-
elves, and then you have the clowns.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have the clown.
Clowns are actually just a subspecies of dark elves or drow.
Yo, speaking of Skyrim.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. The game's like what? Almost 10 years old now? Or over 10 years old now?
It came out in 2011, on 11/11.
Yeah, so it's 9 years old? And they still keep making it for every console ever? Like, I'm not gonna be shocked if it's on the PS5.
Listen, I heard that they made a mod for it to be multiplayer.
Can we just get
I'm
back?
sure they figured it out pretty decent.
Can we just get Elder Scrolls 6 already? Like, it's been forever. It's been
It was
9
announced
years.
almost 2 years ago.
It's been 9 years.
Ooh, but speaking of, There's a new game coming out, Mountain Blade Bannerlord.
The
It's
fuck?
supposed to be a really cool, like, it's a military political type of game. I just got into it, but I really want to buy it soon, but it's in early access right now. And
Hold
that one, like, the community's been waiting since, like, 8
Hold on,
years
what are
ago.
the playable races in this game? Because if clowns isn't one of them, I'm not interested.
It's all humans.
I'm not interested.
Yeah. We still have a little bit.
How
Oh,
much time?
I f***ed up. I don't know what I did.
We're currently at an hour 20. We've been
Nick,
typically
what
at
did
an
you
hour
do?
15. Alright, so
No,
there's
that's
the
way
show
too
that I've been watching. It's called Barry. I talked to Lindsay a lot about it.
Again?
But y'all know who Bill Hader is, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Bill, he's a hater.
Bill
Me-
Hader, Saturday Night Live. He was in It too. He was like older Richie. He's the main character of this show, and it's about this guy named Barry Bergman who is a hitman, and he's got a contract in Los Angeles. So he goes there to take this guy out, and while he's following him around looking for a chance, he walks in on the guy's acting class and accidentally joins so that he doesn't look suspicious. Then while he's taking the class, he starts to like develop passion for acting and everything, and he doesn't want to be a hitman anymore. So he's trying to hide the fact that he ever was one while getting out of the contract at the same time. But then the people who hired him attack him later on because he's trying to get out of it and everything, and then like being hunted down by his gang in Los Angeles.
What's it called?
Barry.
I think I
It is.
know it.
I've been watching it on HBO Go. Not sponsored.
Dude, it's hilarious seeing these people go out, like, during all of this COVID-19 shit, and they'll be, like, all, like, gloved up and masked, like, have gloves on, mask on, and everything. And
Mask on.
they come into my Quick Trip, and all they're there for is lottery. And they still pay in cash and everything. What's that?
Is what?
They
What are they
come
there for?
they come in just for lottery.
Oh, lottery. Jesus Christ.
And they're still paying in cash. And I'm like, you're an
Right.
idiot. Like,
Why
ugh.
would you?
Now that's
Why
an
would you pick
addiction.
the lottery? Why pick
I
the
like that
lottery?
everybody's getting mad
It's an
at people
addiction.
who are like doing recreation outside, like taking walks, riding bikes, and everything. They're like, "You need to stay in the house. The order said to stay in the house." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it didn't say anything about recreation. It said that you can do it still."
Let's end it all
yeah,
now.
I think so.
Alright. Alright, this has been a trip, guys.
Yeah.
Alright, say goodbye,
I'll see y'all
everybody.
later.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.